Welcome back to Arizona Home Tours. Today we're in my favorite neighborhood in Gilbert, Arizona, and that is Power Ranch. We're looking at 3 different homes, all a little bit unique. I hope you love it. Let me know what questions you have, and I'll see you inside. This first home we're looking at here in Power Ranch, this is listed by Simon Hoffman with My Home Group. It is just under $500,000, 3-bed, 2 bathrooms, a little over 1,600 square feet. I love you have the RV gate, and that leads to a massive backyard, especially for the size of the home. You wouldn't expect a yard that big, and we'll see that here momentarily. But I love this neighborhood. It's where I get to call home. Why we moved here to Arizona from Central Illinois is because of this neighborhood. I love raising my girls here. They love it. The schools are nice. You have 2 catch and release lakes, 2 community pools, well 3, because there's another neighborhood. So there's I think 10 or 11 different neighborhood, but the neighborhood of the Knolls, you get an additional pool. Now there's an additional cost with that, but that was just specifically for the people who live in the Knolls. So the Knolls, the Timbers, the Arbors, the Willows, all within Power Ranch. So nice big living room. Now step back real quick. So they probably had that set up for maybe a formal dining area. To me, I'm not crazy about having that here at the front of the house, but it's pretty common here in Arizona, especially some of these homes built in 2000 to 2010. This home was built in 2008. Then you have your dining space right here. So this is what a friend of mine has, the exact same layout, same builder, and that's exactly what they've done. They turned this into their dining area. Nice little island. Countertops look to be in good condition. Same for the cabinet. Nice and dark, solid wood. There's no pantry, but here you go right to the laundry room. So there's some storage space for your dry goods if you want to keep them in here. And it goes right to your garage, which is wired for 220. So if you if you need that, maybe you have an electric vehicle. I do have an electric vehicle. Don't judge me. I had a Tundra, and then I think let's just see what it's like to have an electric vehicle. It's nice not to pay for gas. It's comfortable. It rides fine. All that stuff. But I get tired of the range as much as I drive. So I don't think I'll be having an electric vehicle for very long. It's just it is, again, it's nice not paying for gas, but I miss my Tundra. So I'll probably be going back to a Tundra shortly. First world problems for sure. Now here we have your other living room, family room, whatever you want to call it. Nice laminate flooring, good condition. Right here, the barrier to your kitchen dining area. And we'll go outside here in a moment. And down your hall. And first left through the double doors is going to take us to your primary bedroom. And keeping on that Arizona theme, you have no door from your bedroom to the bathroom. Pretty common if you watch this channel, you see a lot of the new construction, they don't have that either. I don't get what it is. It's just maybe it's a space thing, design thing. A lot of times it's just arched doorways. I know in Florida, there's pretty common with some of the builders down there. But just something to get used to. I mean, I've seen people put barn doors, sliding doors, whatever. But today we're looking at all resale homes. No new construction on today's tour. We're looking at 3 homes total. Again, this is my favorite neighborhood just because I get to call home. But there's a lot of great neighborhoods in Gilbert. There's so many new neighborhoods popping up all over. I always ask my daughters, would you guys want to move? But they love it here. Their friends live here. They go to school here. The pools are nice in the summer. One pool is heated, so that makes it also a nice benefit. Right now it's a little chilly. What is it? Maybe 60 degrees. It's in the morning, December. Definitely better than snow. My friends back in Illinois are dealing with shoveling snow and school cancellations. We don't have that here. Every once in a while I'll miss a good snow, but that fades pretty quickly. So across the hall from the 1 bedroom is another bathroom. Linen closet. And then a bedroom right next to it. pretty similar. All right, let's go outside. I'm going to show you just how big this backyard is, especially for the size of the house. I was not expecting the yard to be that big. And if you want details on this, just let me know, and I'll shoot all that over to you. Or if you're looking at any home, in Power Ranch, Gilbert, anywhere in the valley, reach out to me. All my contact information is in the description. So, nice deep lot, no neighbors behind you. It's a business, so you don't have to worry about that. But look, you have all that side space. And if you want to put in your own pool, you could, but you have plenty of trees back here, actual grass, not rocks. And then from the RV gate, you even have a nice big concrete pad. So for home number one, nice sized lot, affordable, 3 bedrooms. But let's go to the next one and I'll see you there. This next home is priced pretty similar to the one we just went to. This one is $495, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, a little over 2,100 square feet, listed by Sally Moreno with HomeSmart. And when I went in here, I'm like, this house feels familiar. I'm like, oh yeah, it's the same exact layout of mine. Some things are a little different, but the layout is exactly the same. And it works well for my girlfriend and I, my 2 daughters, German Shepherd. So right when you walk in, you have nice kind of front room, living room, whatever you want to call it. So some people have seen turn this into like a formal dining area. Actually, I have it set up right now for my office there. Put another desk there, coat rack, whatever you want. So what would you do this? I've seen people put pool tables in here. If I trusted my daughters wouldn't break a window, maybe I would do the same. But let's be honest, no one wants to move a pool table. The amount of pool tables I see for sale, or actually for free, just come get, especially when someone's moving, the last thing I do is carry a big pool table. So now a lot of people turn this into their dining area, living room, kitchen, and island. And this is where my family, honestly, where we spend most of our time, hanging out here. TV, table, chairs, whatever. And it works for us. Tons of room for everything you need. Enough cabinet space, countertop space, especially priced under $500,000. If you looked at some of the resale home prices lately, the average price in Gilbert is right around $700,000. As I mentioned before, this community, you really do get so much. No, it's not a brand new community, but it's established, mature. It doesn't feel like you're walking into just a cookie cutter. So it's nice seeing amount of green, trees, grass, vegetation, also with the schools, the parks. And there's so many different parks within each neighborhood. And the lakes, it's nice. It's just a nice place to call home. And you also have a half bathroom down here. Pretty basic, nothing too crazy. And then you have under your stairs, coat closet, storage. And it wraps around a little bit. You can kind of see it's a little dark. So we definitely utilize that for storage, which has been nice. And head on upstairs. And up here at the loft, you have a desk, more storage, built-ins. Couch, chairs, TV, whatever. Nice little setup there. And then here is the first bedroom we're going to take a look at. Now, this is the larger of the guest bedrooms. Now, obviously, your primary is going to be the largest. Excuse the smoke detector. Battery needs changed. Or the smoke detector needs changed. Usually these are hardwired. So closet, nothing massive, but it gets the job done. And then into your laundry room right here. And at least they have some cabinet here for storage, and then you have your linen closet connecting. Air filters, here in Arizona, that's something you definitely want to change. We change ours monthly. It does get dusty here, especially in the summer months. We've had a lot more rain, last month or two. But especially in the summer, it's so dry. Here's your other bedroom, and right across from this bedroom, we have your other bathroom. So this just kind of became our kids' bathroom. Now, ours has dual sinks, this one has a single. So probably when they were building this, like what specs, what options they chose when they were being built. I believe this house is 2008. And here is your primary bedroom. So a lot of times you'll see, the TV hookup. So where would you put your bed? And like, feng shui, face the door. To me, it's kind of an ongoing, I don't say ongoing, but I say between the windows. Ours has 2 speakers. My girlfriend said it needs to go that way, face out. To me, I said that doesn't make sense. But then that cutout doesn't make sense. Like, how are you gonna watch TV if you're watching TV with your head cranked to the side? So where would you put your bed in this room? And then to the bathroom, obviously no door, because that's how Arizona does it. Your shower and tub. So this is probably done after the fact. After they bought it, someone added the tile work. And then you have your walk-in closet. So enough space in here, not a massive closet, but honestly for this price point, pretty good size. Literally the same exact floor plan of my home. It works for us. But what I really love about this is the balcony. I can sit out here, have a cup of coffee, do some work, especially when it's not 250 degrees outside. Just a nice place to call home. All right, let's go outside. I'm going to show you the backyard, not lot, so you can get an idea of what that looks like. If you have any questions, let me know. As I say every video, all my contact information is in the description. If you're relocating here, welcome. Probably 95% of my clients are all relo. I came here from Illinois. Just had some clients move down from Minnesota. So they're really happy they're here now and not having to deal with a bunch of snow. And here's your backyard. So not a huge backyard, but nice, simple. If you want to put a pool in, there's room, but there's also, like I said before, a couple community pools. You have a walking path right behind you. So it's just a really great neighborhood to go home. All right, we have one more home to go see, and I'll see you over there. This last home we're looking at today, this is listed by the amazing Jasmine Patel, also with Real Broker, my favorite brokerage because I'm also with Real. This home is beautiful, single story, 3,700 square feet, 5 bedrooms. I love the layout here. If you're looking for a lot of space, this is the one for you. And one of my favorite features, and I love this floor plan right here. The nice, heated, private, secure courtyard. Security, privacy, that's a big concern for me. Former, violent crime detective, been in law enforcement for 13 years. That is something, I'm very aware of, especially with 2 daughters. So having just something simple like that would be nice, especially, keep the dog in. My German Shepherd is not friendly to strangers. If he knows you, he's your best friend, but he's extremely protective, high drive working line Shepherd. So it'd be nice to, where he's not leaving, even though he's never done that. It's just a nice feature. So if you have dogs, kids, whatever, something like that is just a nice benefit. So as you walk in, you have this beautiful kind of entryway here. Nice tall ceiling. Take a right, we go to, the main guts of the house. Left, we kind of go to this teen area. So you have a nice game room, TV room, whatever you want to use this for. And also, all of your bedrooms minus the primary. So beautiful LED lighting, paint is updated, exterior paint is even updated, beautiful plantation shutters. A very well cared for home, at least from my initial, walk through this place. So here's gonna be your first bedroom. And this is kind of still at the front of the home. And they also have new ceiling fans throughout this property. Pretty basic when it comes to the bathroom, but it was still nice to have that bathroom right here connected to this bedroom. And so make our way to the back of the house. So we have 2 more bedrooms right here. Now this one's a little longer than it is wide. So this is a nice space. It could be a great office, especially at the front of the home here. but you do have that closet and storage space. What would you pay for this house? You know, I've done some recent new builds, you know, similar square footage, you know, brand new home, new community, not established, doesn't have some of the things that Power Ranch has, and you're looking at a base price over $1 million. So, and then you have to finish the backyard and do like upgrades. So final price with a finished backyard, probably, you know, above 1.2 million. And this house is priced under $900,000. And the seller is also offering, with an accepted offer, $10,000 towards for the buyer to use towards closing costs, interest rate write down, things like that. So what would you pay for this house? And what do you think of the layout so far? What would you change? Is there anything you would change? Also, these cabinets all been resurfaced, refinished. Here is your other bedroom. And, you know, I do a lot of new construction, but, you know, that's not all I do. And especially on this channel, I feel like all I feature is new construction. So it's nice to kind of go through some resale homes, especially in this neighborhood. I love this neighborhood. I've mentioned it probably 1,000 times, but I live in this neighborhood. It's where I get to call home. And that's for a reason. So you almost have two living rooms. There's this room here, and then on the opposite side of the wall, another one. But this has a nice gas fireplace. And just right here overlooking your beautiful backyard. And through these double doors, after we pass through this half bathroom, is your primary bedroom. So right here, take a right, and here's your primary bedroom. A ton of room here. And I love that it's not like some homes that are just right connected to the bathroom. And this, you really don't have that. You have, you know, going through kind of your entryway, and it's a little more private feeling. And you also have the door to get you outside, which I love. As we make our way into the bathroom, go past this kind of, I don't know what you would hang there. That's beyond my skill set. I'm not the decorator in the family, that is for sure. So a huge, massive tub, team tub people, that's for you. There's your toilet and dual vanities. You know, showers, pretty basic. This home, I think it was built in 2005, but the shower is, you know, bigger than I expected when I first saw it. You have a walk-in closet here, and then right across from this one, we have another. So you have your bathroom, and then a walk-in closet left, walk-in closet right. Then we'll head into the kitchen. So here we have another dining area, or a dining area, more of a formal dining space. Again, that's something you don't see as much of. I'm sure it's more important before for people, and maybe it still is important. Maybe people are just trying to utilize space. I've seen a lot of people turn the kind of their formal dining area into either a playroom, game room, flex room. A coffee setup, whatever you want to have there. And here is your pantry. Then into the kitchen, like I said, new LED lighting, resurfaced cabinets, granite countertops, and into your other living room. A ton of space here, and I love the kitchen. You have two sinks. You kind of have that prep sink, and then your standard sink, and kind of overlooking the backyard. We'll go out there here in just a moment. And where I'm standing could be another dining area. What would you change? What would you keep? What do you love? What do you hate? And on this tour, do you love that I don't say love, do you like that I did 3 homes? Or do you like the tours that are just one home, one and done, and move on? And do you like that I did resale instead of new construction this time? You know, I don't want to get pigeonholed and you think that, oh, I only work new construction. I don't, I work with both. It's just, what do you like to see? And a lot of my clients lately have been wanting new construction, but not all my clients. So it depends on, what it is you're looking for, price point, neighborhood, amenities. This neighborhood has amenities on top of amenities. I think I've said that enough times. And again, it's why I live here. You have no neighbors right behind you, nice lemon tree, a palm, covered area. And there you have it. What did you think of today's tour? If you have questions, all my contact information is below. If you want to work together, please call, text, or email. More importantly, watch that next video. It's Rich Brecklin with Real Broker. This is Arizona Home Tours.